feel like when you first said, I have to put myself out there?
It was scary, honestly. I mean, you never know what people are going to think about you. It's nerve-wracking. Am I going to be successful, or am I just going to be in real estate, right? So putting yourself out there it's hard and scary, but once you do it, I promise you, it really does pay off.
Today I'll be introducing Tatum Smith. She is the co-owner of Smith Luxury Group. Let's get started. Hey, Tatum.
Hey.
I'm so glad that you're here today.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you for having us. So I'm first going to just kind of talk about, how I came to find you. So just doing my research and wanting to find, successful leaders, business owners who I feel make an impact in the community, or have something that they can share with our viewers out there who are, aspiring entrepreneurs. And I came across your profile and I loved everything I seen. And I was like, I have to reach out to her.
Oh, thanks.
So it seemed like you had such a amazing and warm personality, and I feel like that
Thank
right
you.
now. So I'm happy.
I'm glad social media can portray that
Yes.
to you. If you only knew the real me.
I
No,
like
I'm
this
just
girl.
kidding.
So I'm just going to dive into talking about, how you got started, what made you interested in specifically going into the luxury real estate career.
Yeah, so actually I am raised in a real estate family. Both my mom and my dad have done real estate for over 35 plus years. So I actually kind of grew up in the industry without even knowing it. And I told myself, I'm never going to get into real estate because, I've seen my parents go through hard times. Like in 2008 when the crash came, and I had to move a ton of times when I was little. So I was like, I will never be in the real estate industry. So finally, about 2 years ago, I nicked it and I was like, I'm ready. And I followed in my dad's footsteps, and now my dad and I are working together.
Awesome. So it is your dad that you own, your business.
Yes. So it's my dad and I who own Smith Luxury Group.
Love it. All right. So, okay, I was going to go down the line with this, but you open the doors to the conversation. So with that, I know that the market can shift. Like, how do you, just kind of build up that confidence to get through selling homes when the market, is shifty?
Absolutely. So a lot of clients, a lot of buyers and sellers, they always say that they're going to wait when the market is right. But nobody actually really knows how the market is going to go, right? There's analysts, there's researchers, and they can always make these testimonials where, they can say how it's going to look, but it's never actually factual, right? So right now the interest rates are down, and so a lot of people are wanting to buy right now and sell. So it really just depends on the market, how it is on a day-to-day basis. It changes every single hour.
Right. So how would you say that, if there is someone out there who is aspiring to get into the real estate career, but maybe they don't have the confidence, because they're afraid that the market could shift, like what advice would you give them?
It's really hard to dive into the real estate market. I mean, a lot of agents think that, okay, I'm going to pass the test, I'm going to get my agent license, and I'm going to sell houses just like that. It's not like that at all.
Much more than that.
My advice would be to just really take it all and go home, right? You put all your energy, all your effort into it, and don't just sit there. You have to network, you have to connect, you have to go into the office, you have to cold call, which a lot of people don't like to do. You have to send out postcards. There are so many ways to stay busy and to outreach. And so if you are all in the business, then the outcome will come out.
That's awesome. Also, I like that you mentioned that point, because I do believe that, there are people that think maybe that is kind of, which it probably would be the first step. You go, you take the license, whatever, but there's so much more. You have to put the work in to see results. You have to network in.
You really have to network. It's really all about who you know. And then once you start your business from there, it's referrals, right? I have an agent, this is Tatum. And then your business pretty much takes off from there. But if you don't connect and if you don't have those relationships with people, you're not going to get anywhere, because what are you going to do? Google and real estate agent and just say, oh, okay, I like you, right?
Right.
You want to go through trusted people who you know. And so that's how you get the referral and the business. And you have to network.
Right. You have to network. Network
Yes.
is very, very important.
Yes, it is.
So along those lines, if someone is, wanting to start into real estate, what would you say could be like just some beginning steps for them to get started?
Definitely. So it's really hard to get into real estate, but as a beginner, I would say join a brokerage that is nationwide.
Okay.
I'm with Berkshire Hathaway. It is worldwide, and the trainings, the support, the agents, everything there has helped me as an agent to grow personally, right? I mean, I'm really lucky because I have my dad, but if you find a mentor within the brokerage
Okay.
to help you grow, you take the test and it doesn't teach you about writing contracts or negotiating price sales, right? So that's where you need to pair up with another agent, another mentor to go through those steps together. So definitely, join a team, get a mentor, and I would say just join a big brokerage because the boutique brokerages aren't teaching trainings
Right.
or meetings or market updates.
I'm so glad you brought up that point as well, because I was going to ask about mentoring, like if you had someone that mentored you, but I think that's also, I believe it's very impactful, to find a brokerage that will actually be supportive and help you grow, as a real estate agent.
Correct. So when I first started, I joined a boutique brokerage because the splits were amazing. And I was like, I can just sell this, this, this. And then I would go into the office every day and I would sit at my computer and say, okay, now what? Right. And my dad was like, Tatum, this isn't for us. I mean, the splits, the money, the commission's great, but you need more than that.
Right.
So that's when we transferred to Berkshire Hathaway. We interviewed tons of brokerages, and I just loved Berkshire because the connections, the agents, they're so warming and they're like family to me. But as soon as I switched to Berkshire, the training programs, the agents, the mentorships, amazing. If I had any question, I could call any agent in my office and they would tell me what to do, or help me in any way, shape, or form. It's not just my dad who helps me. I'm surrounded by a whole group of agents who support me.
That's wonderful.
It's
That's
amazing.
absolutely amazing. So we're going to dive into sales strategy and success. So you made over 11 million in your first year as a real estate agent. That's very impressive, by the way.
Thank you.
So what key strategies or actions do you believe, contributed to that?
Absolutely. I think that, again, my network has helped me. But when I launched that I first got into real estate, I posted all over my social media, hey, I'm Tatum. I'm a real estate agent. Please reach out if you need anything, right? My close friends, my family, I got so many congratulations. This is your next step. This is your career. And just family and friends that just wanted to lift me up. So I was so motivated when I got my license that I just posted everywhere and the word got around. So I think that was definitely a big part in it. And so just social media, honestly.
I swear, are you looking at my card? Because like marketing, we're on that subject. So I was actually going to ask that as well is, the posting. I know that people can be very hesitant or they're just not familiar with like how they can market themselves. So what advice would you give when it comes to like posting and really putting yourself out there?
My advice would be to pay someone to help you market, because if you invest in yourself, it will invest in other business, right? So I have paid a content creator, I paid a marketing PR company, and it pays off, because if you're just posting by yourself, it's really not going to get you anywhere. Right now, I am launching my sports and entertainment division, and I'm working with my social media strategist right now, and we have the next month lined up for my Instagram and for LinkedIn and Facebook to launch this division, because I could not do it myself. So I really would say invest in yourself and invest in your business to promote marketing, whether it's social media, whether it's postcards, whether it's little goodies to drop off in your farming areas of your house, or houses or neighborhood, So I would just say invest in yourself.
Love that. Yes, you definitely have to invest in yourself. I started to realize too, I was having a conversation with a friend and I realized, I said that I feel like sometimes that we as people can go in, circles because we have all these great ideas where, we know that we're creative, we have these passions, but a lot of people, they're stuck. Like they feel stuck somewhere.
Or like they think about it in their head and then they don't actually do it. You know what I mean? Like I think so many things in my head.
Yes.
Like I wanted to start a TikTok like 4 years ago, but I never actually did it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just, so if you have someone to push you and actually, help you in a way, in a form that you're paying them. I mean, it sounds bad, but it's true. You investing in yourself,
Right.
It really helps your business.
I believe that.
Yes.
I truly believe that. And I just said even just the difference, this is what I truly believe. I think the difference when you want to go far, you want to grow, is when you truly invest in yourself. You don't invest in the idea yet, you invest in yourself first. And I feel like you open up so many opportunities.
I mean, and investing in yourself can go so many ways, right? I mean, before I started real estate, I didn't own a blazer. I didn't own a pair of high heels with closed toes. You know what I mean? Like it's investing in yourself, marketing wise, look wise.
Right.
It's how you want to brand yourself, your image.
Yes.
So it's really the way how you portray yourself. And you have to start with that yourself.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes, I do. I love it. So yes, amazing. I love those points that you're touching on. And you look amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
We're blending today.
I invest in myself.
Yes, there you go. All right. So another question I wanted to ask is, can you share some techniques that you use to build and maintain relationships with high net worth clients?
Absolutely. So my fiance, I don't want to put out my fiance, but he is a sports agent. Okay. So we are constantly going to NFL games, NBA games, PGA tours, opens, baseball games. So I am always networking as much as I possibly can. You will never find me without a business card on me because I am
I'm always working.
Correct. So. I will constantly hand my business cards out and really just making those relationships. And, I'm not, hi, I'm Tatum Smith. It's hi, I'm Tatum Smith, an Arizona luxury real estate agent, right? I get that across to almost everybody I meet. And whether it's going to these sporting events or even just going out to dinner, grabbing a drink at the bar, you talk to so many people, you're around so many people that's how you introduce yourself and that's how your business gets across.
And you just have to get out of your comfort zone, right?
Exactly.
Like you have to get out of your comfort zone.
I mean, you have to talk to people.
Right.
Because without talking to people, I mean, there's really nothing.
Right.
So.
No, that's really a great point. So just talking to people, networking, and I just think too that you're just growing as an individual, yourself, but really being uncomfortable. Like I know we hear that a lot, but that's how you make yourself.
Another good point is follow up. Okay. Right? You meet someone and it's like, hi, bye, nice to meet you. Okay, But if you follow up and you ask people, how are you doing? How is this? How's your family? And you remember those things that they communicate with you, they'll really, really appreciate that. And they'll realize, wow, this person actually cares and wants to stay in touch with me. And that's how, one thing leads to another.
All right. So we're also going to kind of jump over to marketing and lead generation. How did you feel like when you first said, I have to put myself out there?
It was scary, honestly. I mean, you never know what people are going to think about you or, I came from a hospitality management position at a hotel. And usually if you're coming from hospitality, the stereotype is, the servers go to real estate always. Okay. So it's a very judgmental thing. So it's nerve-wracking. Am I going to be successful or am I just going to be in real estate, right? So putting yourself out there it's hard and scary, but once you do it, I promise you, it really does pay off. That's
like really great to hear because that's another big thing. And I see this all across social media, even myself, like before I started doing the podcast. And you kind of worry about like other people, but then I don't know, you eventually the only way to get through it is to do it. That's
And you know what? I still am telling myself that because I was just talking to a friend and reels are really big. And in real estate, you want to do videos of your listings and the houses you're showing, but I haven't even done that yet. I'm thinking it in my head, I need to do this. I need to be in my videos. I need to be talking. I need to do podcasts and be out there, but I still haven't done that yet. I have not posted myself organically speaking on my social media. So I'm still, trying to
Putting
get
this
myself
away.
out there one step at a time.
Would you say that, okay, so I have a friend who is currently, I think she just got her real estate license. So but the one thing that she was saying was that she has to get ready to put herself out there and she has to do, reels and TikTok. And so would you say like that is pretty much like a focus where, new entrepreneurs coming into the real estate should focus on, or is there other ways of marketing that you can?
It's really crazy that I feel like everything is around social media, but everybody is on social media, right? And you don't even have to promote your business. If you just promote what you do, then people will affiliate you with that, right? So I just went to, this is kind of off topic, but I just went to a wedding in Lake Como, Italy last week, and we met so many people and so many of our friends. No. I know, right? So many of our friends, and it's, hi, how are you? I haven't seen you in so long. How's real estate? Because that's what they affiliate me with, right? On my social media. They live in California or Colorado. Like when they see me posting real estate, that's how they affiliate me. And it's, if they don't know you that well, it's a topic of conversation starter. So it's really, it's crazy to say this, like I said, but social media is
the way
huge.
right now.
It's huge. And even if you're not getting business or referrals off of it, it's how people affiliate you with your business.
Right. I agree to that because there are some, I'm just all these miscellaneous groups. I like being in groups and reading and all this other stuff. But I typically see people and I recognize them just because I affiliate them with, seeing that they post because they're in real estate. So I absolutely agree with that.
It's true.
Right.
So
okay, well, that's the part about being uncomfortable. If you want to grow your business, you really have to put yourself out there. So you just have to, not care what people are going to think or say, and just got to do it.
Just got to do it. Just do it.
All right, so we're going to jump into insights and just a little bit of advice. So how do you stay motivated and focused on your goals when facing challenges?
It's hard. It's really hard because I have to hold myself accountable. Like I said, it's my dad and I on a team. And so my dad's always checking in, and being with a big brokerage as well, you have other agents to hold you accountable. So I have a mentor, which is other than my dad. I have a mentor, I have an accountability partner. I have so many people surrounding me saying, hey, did you do this? Did you do this? So when you have those people asking you questions, holding you accountable, you don't want to stay home and just work from home all the time. You want to be out there. You want to be, showing everybody else that you are working and hustling and, trying to build your business and have it pay off.
Right. So I have another question for you, and I don't know if this is necessarily, a situation that you've dealt with or just something that you've seen, but are there any common mistakes that you see first-time, real estate agents make that they could possibly work on, do better, or not do?
I think as a first-time real estate agent, like I said, you really got to put yourself out there and you have to be motivated. A lot of people think that they can get their license and people just come to them, right? That's not how it works. You really, truly have to put the work in. You have to show up to the office. You have to be networking. You have to farm your neighborhoods and your houses and send out postcards and send out Thanksgiving little pumpkins or trinkets, and you have to, like I said, invest in yourself. So, if you just get your license and you sit at home and you think, oh, people are going to come to me. That's not how it works. I mean, you got to hustle and you have to get yourself out there. You have to cold call. You have to do postcards. You have to do everything you possibly can to get yourself out there.
So the one thing I hear, like with the real estate, is like you definitely have to be on the move. So
you have to hustle because guess what? There are thousands and thousands of other agents that anybody can use. And if you're not hustling, if you're sitting at home, if you're working from home, if you're working from Starbucks, you're not out there, whatever, it's not going to pay off. It's really not. So you really do have to make your mark. You have to, show who you are as an agent. You have to be strong. You have to hustle. You have to show up to work because it's not a 9-to-5 job, right? So you do have to push yourself to actually show up and do the work.
I believe that consistency is key.
Consistency is key. Yes.
So definitely you have to show up.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for that. So these are some questions for you. What do you love most about your career and what keeps you passionate about real estate?
I love working with my dad, but a lot of other agents can't say that. So I feel really lucky I can. But really what I love about real estate is I get to show people their dream homes. It is such a rewarding feeling. Showing families, a few houses and, showing them all over Gilbert or Scottsdale or Paradise Valley to find the one. And when they find the one, it is so rewarding. It is amazing. And, a home is a home and it's where you can start your family.
Right.
It's where you want to go after a long vacation. It's where you want to go when you're sad. It's where you want to go after
Yes.
work. Like this is your home. This is your heart. And this is where so many memories are going to grow. So being able to help people find their home is just so amazing.
I love it. It's just rewarding, and
It's
I
so
love that.
rewarding.
And I'm someone who I will sit at home on the sofa watching Lifetime with my blanket like all day. Like I love being at home,
Yes.
so I like to get my mortgage worth.
Exactly.
So
I feel like everyone loves being home, and it's not just, okay, here, let me sell you a home. Okay, here, let me sell your house, right? It's so much more sentimental to
Right.
me for that. And I just sold a World Series baseball player a home, and he's having a brand new baby, and I'm like, this is going to be your home. This is where your kids are going to grow up and go to
Right.
school, and you're going to see your kids first walk, your
Right.
steps and everything. And it's just amazing that I get to be there for those memories in people's lives.
that's awesome. Like that's really awesome, and it really does matter. So
It
I definitely
does.
appreciate real estate
It
agents.
does
So
matter. And I will show clients literally 50 homes until we find the right one. I don't want
I'm that client. So.
That's okay. You're allowed to be picky with your
Okay.
home. Like if you want a bathtub in your primary bath, if you want, a pool, it's be picky with your home. I mean, you have to. You really, really have to. Now, like little things in the flooring and the cabinets, you can always change, but just be comfortable with the floor plan and the layout because this is your home for the next few years. So
Yes.
be picky.
So yeah, so one thing that I would say about, just me on the other end as a client, one thing I appreciate is having really good real estate agents. So this is my second property in Arizona, and the one that we're currently in, amazing real estate agent. And so the thing that I like about that is, this is what I say a lot when I'm talking to the friends. These days, there are people who do things that because they're more of a hustle than it is like their career and they have passion for it.
Correct.
And so the fact that you like to help these families because that's where we're literally building our lives at. So
Absolutely.
I appreciate, you making that comment.
I mean, it's true because there are people, and I do know agents who just are in it for the money, who want to buy, sell, whatever. But to me, it's just so rewarding and I love it. Like, it doesn't happen every day, right? You don't sell a house every single day. So when you do, you just feel accomplished,
Yeah.
really accomplished.
I like it. And okay, so I gotta go on this with your dad. How is it working with your dad?
So my dad and my dad and I are the exact same personality. So sometimes I'm gonna keep it real. We do butt heads, and we have had a little tips here and there. I've quit about 20 times, and he's quit about like 50 times. It's all jokes though, right? But in all honesty, I love working with my dad, because he wants to see me succeed. So he's my mentor in a way, this is how you negotiate. This is how you get the price lower for your clients. You put your clients first. So I've learned a ton of information from him. I mean, he's been in the business for 35 plus years. So I feel like he's a veteran.
He knows
and
what he's talking about.
He knows what he's talking about. So I, gotta look up to him and take advice from him. So it's really rewarding, and I really wouldn't want it any other way.
You did good, Dad.
You did good, Dad.
All right, that's so awesome. I know sometimes like when you hear working with family, and sometimes it's like, but that's really amazing. You can work with your dad. So, so just some general business insight. What resources, if there's any, I know we talked about mentors, but there's any books or courses or anything that you can maybe recommend for aspiring entrepreneurs out there?
Honestly, again, this is gonna sound just so repetitive, but I've watched so many social media reels on real estate. There's Tom Ferry's, there's all these motivational speakers of the world who, go around and do conventions, and they motivate you. So it's really just about being motivated, right? So when I scroll on my Instagram, it's all real estate videos. It's all, it's not just my friends, it's my business as well. So when I'm in bed scrolling at night, I'm learning as well. Like last night, I just learned something, it's really not all about you. It's about the client. So ask them how they're doing. Ask them what they want to list their house at, right? Don't just go in there saying, this is the comps of your house. This is what it's worth. This is this, this is. You have to sit down and say, what's important to you? What do you think your house is going to be good priced wise? You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's really learning about just organically on a day-to-day basis. It's just Instagram reels, being around other agents, you can learn literally every day. I learn something every single day.
That's awesome. You got to keep the mind growing.
You have to. There's also masterminds that I'm a part of in my office as well. So it's a little group and we sit down every single Wednesday and, we come up with all these ideas and things we can do better for ourselves as an agent. So just being involved and being surrounded by motivated people, it can really help you. So I wouldn't say there's any I'm sure there's books and stuff you can read online, but if you make your career your lifestyle, it's just going to come to you. You're just going to learn organically and you're going to learn every single day.
That's awesome. That's actually a very good note out there. So I think that too, you can't just depend on, where you're working and mentors. It's very important to just kind of do some research yourself and try to follow up on things, to try to learn new, I don't know, because the real estate is always, I feel like, evolving. I'm not in real estate, but I can tell things are shifty with the market. And so you have to
every single
keep
day.
yourself educated.
You have to keep yourself educated and it's constantly changing every single day. So you as an agent, you have to want to learn, right? You have to want to be able to grow. My mastermind every Wednesday, my reports that I look at every single day, I don't wake up and say, oh, here we go. I got to look at the market. I'm excited to learn about that stuff. So if you're excited, to keep up with the market and it's constantly changing every single day, we just went through a huge settlement with contracts and with sellers and buyers. And so we have 24 new contracts that we have to put in our agreements. And everybody's freaking out about it, right? But you have to learn to adapt and you have to learn to...
You got to be comfortable with change.
You have to be comfortable with change. And it changes every single day, whether it's learning, whether it's, legal, contracts, everything. Every single day it's changing. And that's why you have to be wanting and willing to learn every day.
That's awesome. That's really good. You have a great attitude with real estate. I love it. You can tell you just, this is for you. You're in it. So.
Thanks. Thank you. I'm glad that I found my career.
Right.
That's
another thing though, is I think that it's very rewarding when you can really find what you're going to be passionate about.
Yes. So, and I never, honestly, if you asked me 3 years ago if I was going to do real estate, I would have said no. No, because watching my parents go through it, it was just very crazy. It's not reliable income. You don't get paid every 2 weeks. Right. You get, it's not a reliable job. It's what you put into it, right? So the fact that I am in real estate and, I'm with my family and I do love it, it just really makes me so happy that I found my niche finally, because 3 years ago, I was completely lost.
That's a lot of what's going on, though. I think a lot of people are frustrated because they're trying to find what they're good at. And I also don't feel like you can force it. I think that sometimes you just have to let it come to you. Sometimes you just have to be patient.
I believe, everything happens for a reason besides cancer. Besides cancer. But once, you wait and you find out, what's really right for you, it will come to it really will come to you, which is crazy because 3 years ago, I never, ever thought that I'd be sitting, here today.
And look, and you're good at it too. So, but you really have a passion for people.
I
so I think that's what matters. So you did bring up a point about, when you're in the real estate field, that having a paycheck, sometimes it's not consistent. You might not get a paycheck right away, or it may take some time. So for entrepreneurs out there who are aspiring to be in the real estate field, what advice would you give them, for that piece? Because I would say that's probably a challenge.
Absolutely. It's a challenge. It's hard. But my advice would be to go all in and put all your energy and your pride and your joy and everything, your whole entire self into your business, into real estate, into promoting yourself as an agent. Most agents have second jobs because they can't rely on real estate, right? And you know, when those agents have second jobs, it's like you're doing so many different other things. It's hard to focus on real estate.
Right.
So I would say just really, really go all in as much as you possibly can. It's a struggle, it's a hustle, it's hard, but once you got your foot in the door, you got your foot in the door, and it will start paying off.
And I think that when you do go all in with things that you want to do and you want to be passionate about, it will pay off.
It will. And it's really hard to see because, you know, I did 11 million in sales my first year, but what people don't know, that was the last 3 months of the year because, you know, my first 8 months were hard. It was really hard to do that. And, you know, you just keep pushing and going and pushing and going. And once you get your foot in the door, that one client, that one person, it will be a referral. It will be, oh, this, I know Tatum
Right.
Smith. I know this. So once you make your first sale and once you put yourself completely out there and just focus on yourself, it sounds so cliche.
No.
But once you put your all into your business, no matter how hard it is, no matter how much money you're making, which you're not making any money at all, you know, you kind of get unmotivated. So just stay motivated as much as you possibly can and hustle and work and work and work. And once you do that, you'll see your next check.
You'll see it. Like you'll see the next check. It might take some, work and progress to get it there, but you'll see a paycheck.
You'll see it. Just keep hustling.
All right. Well, I really enjoyed this interview with you. And I hope that if you're an aspiring entrepreneur out there or looking to get into the real estate field, that you took some notes and that you can, go ahead and get yourself started because the best way to dive in is just to do it.
Just do it.
Do it. All right. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you for
Thanks
taking
for
the time to
having
let us
me.
in. Yes. That's all we have for now. And we'll see you until next time.
Bye.